All right, so let's get started. We'll do it more practically with each pieces. So let's start with king again. Let's see, in this case, the goal is to reach to the star. So I'm sure you guys would have played some sort of games where you would collect points or health bonus or stars. So think of it in the same manner. In this case, king can move multiple ways. It can go this way, or it can go from this side. But regardless, keep in mind, one move at a time, one step at a time. So king can go this way, and get the star. Let's take a look at another example. King has to probably march this way, or it can go this way. Either way is fine. Since this is the closest, we will go this direction and keep capturing the pawns. I can probably deal the side of the star first, and then probably come to this collection. So I'll start from here, move, and then I will keep one step at a time, and then come ahead, capture this. Let's talk about knight. How would knight move? So as I mentioned, it's L shape, and our goal is to capture these two stars. So one L shape I can think of is going this way, but it's not getting me a star. As you can see, the dots are highlighted for all the squares that can jump. So I could go this way, 1, 2, 3. And then I could go further in another L shape. Let's see how we can capture all of these stars. So I'll go ahead with what's available, 1, 2, 3. And I can go 1, 2, 3. And I can go 1, 2, 3. Probably this. And then this L shape. And finally this L shape. Now I would like to collect my stars. So I will just go to what's available. Again, in this case, I can go here, jump this way, another L shape, and then the star. Now, this is a little tricky because we do not have a direct L-shaped capture, so we may have to jump out and go a little further behind to start from somewhere. Then I can capture this and another L shape, another L shape, and slowly you can see all the stars are collected. Let's take a look at this one. I could go after E stars. And now I need to get to this star. How do I get to? The max I can go is here. And then probably I have to go up and then this way and then this way, and then I can capture the star. Knight is a little complicated if you haven't played chess before, so it's good to get more practice making your Ls. And remember, it's a 4 square involved L, in the sense it starts from the square where it is, and then if let's say its destination is this square, so the L is constructed with 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have to have 4 squares in that L. You cannot make like a small L. That's an illegal move. So I cannot do this. I have to go this way. Okay. Can capture this one. Can capture this here, here. Then probably go back here. Take this guy. Move this star. And try to come closer to this star. And then let's take a look at the pawn. As I mentioned, pawn can only go in one direction, that too up. It cannot go reverse direction. A pawn can only move in one direction. So in this case, the pawn is marching up. And once the pawn reaches the last row, It has a superpower. It can bring back to life any piece you want. For example, a queen or a rook or a bishop or a knight. So let's calculate what do we need once we make the pawn reach the last row in order to grab the star. So definitely king cannot make it all the way. You could, but you have to waste so many moves in order to reach here. But one thing you could do is if you make it a queen or a bishop, your job is done. Let's go with bishop. Now the bishop can capture this star as it is in the white diagonal. Now these stars, this is another scenario where you want to promote your pawn and make something so that you can collect these. So here there are a couple of options. You could make it a king, but it's going to be very slow because it has to travel through all these squares. Or you can make it a queen, which can easily grab through. But let's make it more interesting. I think just by the way the stars are kept, I see a pattern. I don't know if you notice it, but it is an L shape. Each stars are connected in an L shape. So that means we can make this guy a knight. And let's start collecting the stars. That was the easiest way to do it. Now, what about this? You would need to have the pawn collect these things. Now, pawn, of course, cannot go diagonal unless it was for capture. It only moves straight. So you could move up or you could capture the star. So this is to teach you how to capture diagonally as a pawn. So here you can capture this, but you cannot then move sideways. So you have to decide either you collect these pawns this way or you collect and capture and try to go this way. So in order to maximize the number of points, let's say we go diagonally, push the pawn, go this way and this way. Then we make it a queen, and it's easy to collect all of these because queen can go in any direction. So I hope you are getting an idea of how pieces can move. So in this case, as a pawn, I could capture this guy and go all this way along and make it a queen. So let's do that. But if I do this side, it will end capturing only 3 stars, and then I will have to make a queen before I can capture all these stars. So in order to maximize my collection, I will just keep doing a diagonal capture, and then I would make it a queen. Then I can move it to any direction I want. I can come here, and then I can capture this, and I can take this too. So I hope you're getting an idea of how the pawn and pieces move. We took a quick look at king, rook, queen, knight, bishop, and pawn. So one important thing to understand about pawn is it can move straight, and the only time it can move diagonal is when it has to capture a piece. Otherwise, it will always only move straight. It cannot move sideways. In other words, if I move this pawn up and then I go here, I cannot do this. It's an illegal move. All right, that's all for this video. If you have time, join me next video. Thank you.